Good morning, everyone. So here we are again, finding ourselves in a lockdown position where schools are closed and you are being asked to learn at home. Now, we've been here before and we've done it before, and I know we can do it again. But the purpose of my video today is to talk you through all the various things that are on offer in our home learning offer, and to show you where to find various things and what the expectations are. But before I do that, before I go into the detail, I just want to spend a few moments just thinking about what learning actually is and what the difference is between teaching and learning. And for those children that are in my assemblies often, and things we've spoken about a lot, I'll often ask the question of where does learning happen? What is learning? How does it happen? And the children know the stock answer. The children know the answer, that learning happens in our brain. And it's only when information is in our brain and is being engaged with and is being worked with that learning is actually happening. It's only when we are committing things to our memory that learning is actually happening. And children, we know that doing that is hard. It requires effort, and it requires focus, and it requires determination. I'll often say to the children, how do we hear? What do we hear with? And early on, and the younger children will say, oh, we hear with our ears. And I'll talk to the children about, actually, that's not quite true. Our ears are where information that's out there in the world, the sound information that's out there, our ears are where that information enters our body and enters into our brain. But it's not until that information actually reaches our brain and we start to engage with that information that learning is starting to happen. Or what do we see with? And in early times, the children will say, oh, we see with our eyes. But actually, again, that's not quite true. The eyes are simply the route that all the visual information that's out there can get into our brain. It's not until the information reaches our brain and we start to engage with it that we're actually starting to learn. So, I will say to the children, I can't close my ears. It's not possible for me to close my ears. I can close my eyes, but I can't close my ears. So there's actually sound information entering my body, entering my being all of the time. I can't close my ears to that sound. But similarly, I'm not hearing everything that's out there, because our brain filters that information. And it's only when information that we start to really listen to and start to really engage with and start to churn and think about in our brain, that is when we are really learning and really listening. And similarly with our eyes, we can look at a piece of paper forever. The information is entering our eyes. The information is entering our brain. But it's not until we really start to look and really start to see that information that learning is actually happening. So just being present, just being in the classroom, just hearing those things and seeing those things in the classroom is no different than being at home and seeing those things and hearing those things. Where you are makes no difference. It's what you choose to do with the information that you are given. Do you allow that information to go into your brain, and do you really work with it? Now, the government have charged us with providing up 3 to 4 hours worth of education per day. And we can do that. I'm going to show you all the various things that we are providing for you. However, we can't get into your brain. We can't do that. You have to open your ears and open your eyes to that information, and you have to engage with that learning, because then learning will really happen. And learning will happen at the same pace as it would do in school if you choose to open your brain to what's on offer, work hard, put the time in, do the hours that we will provide, and you will learn just as much as you do in school. So it's going to be great. Happy learning ahead. Nothing needs to stop. But we can provide the information. You have to do the learning. So I want to talk to you about what learning is on offer. Thank you. Okay, so what does our home learning or remote learning offer look like? So our offer is split into two basic parts, which I'm going to talk you through. But the first part is basically things that you can do independently, the learning that you can do on your own, away from the computer, at any time that you want to do it, before 9:30, after 3:30. It doesn't need to be done during the school day, but it's things that you can do. Again, referring back to my earlier part of this video, things that you can do to engage your brain to make sure you are making progress. And those two things are around reading and math skills. So what we would ask you to do is spend 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes every day reading, engaging in reading material. If you do more than that, you will become a better reader. If you do less than that, your reading will not be as good as others. Reading is about practice. The more you practice it, the better you will become. The same with anything. So spend some time every day engaged in reading. If you are struggling for reading material, that's not a problem. Please ring school, email school, and we will sort out new reading material for you. That can be from your reading book or from your reading incentive book, those reading for enjoyment books. And again, if you're struggling to get hold of them, let us know and we will provide those for you. But again, I go back to the more you do something, the better you will become at it. So the more you read, the better reader you will be. The less you read, the less good of a reader you will be compared to your peers. It's all about how much effort you're prepared to do to become better and make progress during this time. And again, the second thing about our home learning offer, the independence, is learning multiplication facts. Now, we've subscribed to TT Rockstars, the app TT Rockstars and the app Numbots. You're all very familiar with these. You know your logins, you've been using them for a long time. But again, the more you practice those things, the better you will become. The children that put effort into learning their multiplication facts and thus knowing them are not cleverer than anybody else. They've just learned those facts. Nobody knew them when they were born. Nobody knew the multiplication tables the day they were born. Those that do know them now are the children that have put the effort into learning them. So spend some time every day. We would say 5 to 10 minutes as a minimum, but the more you do, the better you will be. Simple as that. The more hours you put into it, the more practice you do, the better you'll be at your multiplication tables. So spend some time every day on TT Rockstars Numbots learning those multiplication facts, and come back to school after this lockdown period having all those facts at your fingertips because you've practiced and practiced and practiced. So those two things are things you can do at any time of the day, whenever you wish to, and like I say, the more you do it, the better you'll become. Now, the second part of our basic home learning offer are the activities that can be found in this curriculum booklet that's been sent home. Fortunately for reception up to year 4, we were able to get these out to you on Monday, the day that we were all in school together. Now, year 5 and year 6, these are printed and they are available in school. If you wish to come and collect them, that's absolutely fine. But they are also, for all year groups, available on our website. And you can see I've got our website open here, so I'm just going to show you where these booklets can be found. So if you go to the Learning at Home tab and click on Learning at Home, that will open up this page with lots and lots of different links to other websites, links to our school blogs there, which I'll show you in a minute. But one of the things that you can access is click here to access our termly curriculum booklets covering all the curriculum content to practice at home for this term. If you click on that link, it will take you to these different curriculum booklets for the different year groups. So reception year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and our Sparkle Room curriculum map. So I'm just going to open the year 5 booklet. And again, you can have a hard copy of this in school for year 5 and year 6, but it has all the curriculum guidance that you want for learning at home. And again, this can be done at any time at all. The more you practice the things that are in this booklet, the better it will be, the more you'll be able to do. So it talks about the reading that I've just mentioned earlier on, and the reading incentive books that we are asking you in year 5 to read by the end of the year. The more of those you can read during lockdown, the better. It also then gives the 5 and 6 spellings, the spellings that you're expected to know by the end of the year. So the year 3-4 booklet has the year 3-4 spellings in it, the year 1-2 booklet has the year 1 and 2 spellings in it. We've then separated those spellings out into weeks. So this week, year 5, you ought to have learned how to spell these words here. Next week, these here are the words that we would like you to learn to spell, and your teachers will be on Teams testing those spellings. But again, it's about you putting the effort in to learn these spellings. If you don't know how to spell them, it's not because you're not clever. It's because you haven't learned how to spell them yet. Put some effort in, make a determined decision to know how to spell these words, and you can come back after lockdown fully conversant with how to spell all of these words. And like I say, we'll split them up into weeks for you. Hopefully by the second half of the term, these ones will be in school learning them, but let's see. But there's an opportunity for you to learn them at home. Grammar, punctuation, spelling, things that you can be expected to know, the literacy that we will be doing, the texts. But again, these mega measures facts are things that we want you to spend time learning at home during this lockdown period at a time that's convenient to you. The year 1-2 booklet, the year 3-4 booklet, the year 5-6 booklet has got different facts that we want you to commit to memory. So how many minutes in an hour? 60. We want you to know that. How many kilograms in 2 tons? 2,000 kilograms. We want you to know all of those facts, so spend some time every day learning those facts. Spellings, mega measures facts. And then the other thing you will find in here are guidance on how we do curriculum calculations in each year group. That might be helpful for you to have at home. And then also the knowledge organisers for the science and the other topic work that we will be doing in school. If you read through these knowledge organisers on a daily basis, just learning the things that are on there, familiarising yourself with that content. So this is year 5's Queen Victoria. This is the year 5 art topic, what you would have been learning in art. RE, Judaism. RE, Easter, after half term. The knowledge organiser for ICT, and then what we would have been learning in music and French. All we're asking you to do from here is the spellings and the mega measures facts and the knowledge organisers. Okay, so we've talked about the things that you can be getting on with independently. The second half of our learning offer is the daily tasks that we will set for you through our school blog. So each day the teachers will go onto the blogs and set you a literacy task. Now that might be related to the CGP books that we've already sent home. They will also set you a maths task, and again that might be linked to the CGP books that we've sent home and you can work in. Or the literacy and numeracy task might be directing you to Purple Mash. It might be directing you to a video to watch. It might be directing you to some photographs to look at and some writing to do about that. But the daily tasks will be set through the class blog. Now, in addition to a literacy and numeracy task, you'll also be set another subject. It might be an art task or an RE task, a science task, but again, they will all be set through the class blog. So each day, in addition to the things that you've already been doing, your reading, your TT Rockstars, your spelling learning, we need you to visit the class blog and find out what the tasks for that day are. So in order to do that, again, if you click on the Learning at Home tab and scroll down. The links to the different class blogs are available. There they are. So all the class blogs, and just for ease and quickness, I've already got the Year 5 blog open. So if you were to go to your class blog, and like I say, this is the Year 5 one, each day you will see a blog post, and this is Year 5, and this is the Friday post that was pasted there by Mrs. Redmond. Good morning, Year 5. Your tasks for today are a maths task, see below, a writing task, see below, an art task, see below. And Mrs. Redmond also said, TD Rockstars, practice your spellings. They're going to have a spelling test on Tuesday, Year 5, and read your reading book or read one of your books from home. Scrolling down, you'll then see what the maths task is, and there are links there to pages that you can open and download. There are links there to a video that you can watch to actually talk through the teaching, to remind yourself how to do the tasks. There's a writing task, and you've been asked to look at the photos. And over the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at different writing tasks linked to horror stories. So there's things that you can do there, and Mrs. Redmond has directed you to your writing task. Imagine 3 sentence examples, read it through carefully, and look at what the task is. And then an art task. Your art task is linked to the ancient Greeks, which you already know some about after completing the research task, which is on Wednesday. Watch the video of the Trojan horse and do an art task. Look on Google, find an image, etc. So this is where you'll find your daily tasks for the day. And actually, if I scroll back into the Year 5 blog and open different posts on there, I just go back to the Year 5 blog, you'll see that actually Mrs. Redmond has actually started, and Mr. Lynch as well, have started to put some of your work on the blog of the various things that you've been doing this week. So do your independent tasks, but also then every day visit the blog to find out the tasks and the activities for the day. Where possible, these tasks will have a video for you to watch to enable you to complete that task. Now that video might be BBC Bite Size, it might be Oak Academy, it might be your actual teacher yourself explaining the task. The reason we're doing that is so that you can access this at any particular time during the day that you need to. We know some of you are sharing devices, we know some of you can only access internet at certain times of the day, so this is not a 9 till 3:30 activity. If you can, that would be brilliant, but actually these tasks are set for you to do at your own pace through the day. Re-watch the videos again and again and again if you want to, so that they're always there, and they're always live for you on the blog. In that sense, you can watch them at any time again and again through the day, and you can do those tasks. Send your work in and your teacher will put it on the blog. Thank you. Okay, so we've talked about the 2 strands of our home learning offer, the independent element, the things that you can be doing all day, every day, whenever, Saturday, Sunday, things that you can just be getting on with to make sure that your brain is actively engaged and you are learning. Learning does not have to happen in school. Learning happens when your brain is switched on to learning. So the spellings, the reading, the times tables, the knowledge organisers, all those things that you can be engaging with all the time. And then the second strand being the blogs, the directed activities, the things that are directed on a daily basis. Pulling all of that together is also our Microsoft Teams offer. Now, Microsoft Teams is our method of communicating with you. It's our interactive tool, the tool in which you can speak with your teacher on a daily basis, speak with your classmates on a daily basis, iron out any problems that you're having with your learning, get feedback, have discussions, just be live and available for each other. Now, you've all got your Microsoft Teams logins and passwords. Any problems with that, just let us know, but I think most of those issues have now been ironed out and most people are accessing that. I know we had small numbers at the beginning of the week, but by the end of the week we had really large numbers of children accessing that Microsoft Teams on a daily basis, so that's brilliant. Green classes, you have certain times of the day. Let me just check my notes. Green classes is 9:30 and 1:30. And blue classes, yours is 10:30 and 2:30. We are very aware that many of you are sharing devices at home, you've got siblings, and we understand the issues that is causing. There is no expectation that you go to both Teams sessions a day. If you can, do so. However, if you can't, that's fine, but you do need to be logging on to one of those team sessions per day so that you have seen your friends, we have seen you, any issues about learning can be sorted, and we can just engage with each other and make sure that learning is happening. There's also a chat facility on Microsoft Teams. And during the day, your teachers will be engaging with you through the chat facility. If you want to actually ask any questions, please don't expect an immediate answer because your teachers are very busy. Some of them are in school, teaching children in school as well. Some of them are doing other things on the blogs rather than constantly looking into Teams, but they will get back to you as quickly as possible. Do remember, however, that I have access to all of those Microsoft Teams areas, and just imagine in that chat room that I am sat in the corner watching and looking at everything that is said and done, because it's a place of work. It's not a WhatsApp group. It's not a friendly chat, it's a place of work. So please make sure you use your internet safety rules and you keep yourself safe in those chat rooms. But they are fully looked at by the teachers at all times. So it's about how you would speak to your teacher, even in the classroom. Those are the rules for using the chat facility on Teams. But like I say, the teachers will be live on there, or the teaching assistants. Really looking the number of staff we have in school, so the teachers and the teaching assistants are engaging with you at those particular times live on Teams. Okay, quite a lot to take in there, I understand, but just keep rewatching the video. That's why we've done it this way, so that you can just keep rewatching it and looking at what the expectations and what the offer is. Finally, just a few things to let you be aware of. This is our school blog here. Access through our school website, click on school blogs. The latest news and letters home area, that's where you will find all the newsletters that I send out each week. There's a video there on how to access Microsoft Teams through your Xbox or your PlayStation. Remote learning information, everything that I've spoken about is actually there for you to read. So any news that you need to be made aware of, that will go on to our latest news and letters home section of our school blogs. The other thing you can be aware of is our Super Learner shout-outs. If you are really impressed with your child at home and they've done some fantastic learning, just as we would in school, you can send them and enter them into our online Smile file. All you need to do is send a copy of your child's work, send an email to superlearner@st-peters-farnworth.bolton.sch.uk. That's our Super Learner email address. Mrs. Williams' deputy will pick that up once or twice a week. You'll get a response, possibly more than that, but we can't guarantee more than that because Mrs. Williams is very busy and got other things to do, but she'll be checking it very regularly, and she will put your child's work onto our Super Learner shout out blog page, and we've already got quite a lot of work accumulating on there. We'll put them into our Smile file and you'll get a text home to say, well done, your child's gone into our Super Learner file. Look at all those Trojan horses from year 5 that were coming in last week. Lots of great work going on to our Super Learner blog. In addition to that, some of your children were receiving intervention in school, perhaps a spelling intervention or a reading intervention. As far as possible, those interventions will still occur. The teaching assistants will have made arrangements with you, and you'll get a weekly phone call or a Teams meeting on a one-to-one basis for that intervention to still carry on. Look out for the teaching assistants making those engagements with you and trying to make arrangements for that to happen. So I know Mrs. Sawyer's doing her toe by toe and her stairway to spelling, and I know a lot of the teaching assistants are still doing one-to-one reading with children through Microsoft Teams. Anything you need at all, get in touch. Paper copies we can provide. Don't be struggling or worrying about stationery or paper or pens. We can provide as much of that as you need. Technology we're struggling a little bit to get out to you at the moment. However, we are very fortunate in that we are one of the first schools to be allowed increased access to technology through the DFE. So I did order an additional 54 computers on Friday, and I was told they will be with us within 2 days. As soon as they arrive, we will get those out to you as soon as we can. Ring into school. We've already got a bit of a waiting list, but ring into school if you are really struggling for devices. Happy learning, but remember, learning is not what happens in school. Learning is what happens in your brain. If you put your brain round to learning, learning will happen. It doesn't matter where you are, it's about what you do. Practice makes permanent. Do as much as you can, when you can, and you will make progress. We're here to help. Have fun, happy learning, and stay engaged. And always remember to learn, sparkle, and shine.